The days of politics as usual, I think, are coming to a quick end, and thankfully so. This will be a movement of people, this campaign. It's what I seek to bring about, and that's why you guys are all here, and why we hope to expand exponentially beyond the borders of these walls and the people in this room, to create a movement of people who genuinely care and want to put people first.
This is our country.
I'm kind of wary of politicians, to be quite honest. One of my big goals is to run this campaign and not be called a politician. I'd love to be called a public servant. But the whole idea of politicians kind of using people to get what they want doesn't fly with me.
This is our country.
There's a new day that's dawned in American public life. I mean, in the conversation that's happening federally and in communities all around our country, it's people saying, why can't we just have someone that we just trust to do what they say they're going to do and just do a good job? And that resonates with me as a person. That's largely led to why I'm in this race. I know the principles of a leader determine everything. The principles from within them, like integrity and fiscal responsibility and living by the golden rule. Do to others what you would have them do, and to yourselves. And one of the biggest problems we have in our state is a serious inequity on the funding structure for our schools. Our kids in Rockford, Cedar Springs is the same, Kent City, Sparta, receive $7,316 per student from the state for funding. There are places on the east side of the state that receive anywhere from $10,000 to $11,000 to $12,000 per student. There's a serious issue of inequity, and largely this is not an issue of Republican or Democrat. This is an issue of human conscience. How in the world can we allow such a thing to happen when we say a child is worth more in one area than another? I don't see how we can do it. We know a well-funded, solid education leads to our kids' future livelihood. We know it has everything to do with our property values where we live, and it has a lot to do with new businesses moving into an area. How are the schools? What's the system like? All of this is dependent upon good schools. I have a history in acting on things that are broken. From starting Bridgeway to my work with World Orphans, I love being on the solution side of massive problems. As Thomas Jefferson said, you want to know who you are? Don't ask, act. Action will delineate and define you. And I think all of us would resonate with that. Every public policy that we have flows out of some kind of standard of morality. What we believe is right and wrong for people. What we believe should happen and should not happen for people. It flows out of standards and principles, and for me, it flows out of a Christian conscience. As a conservative and a father of four, I believe in personal responsibility.
This is our country.
I believe you can't spend what you don't have, and that we will reap what we sow. I believe in being a good neighbor and caring for the poor, first through the church, secondly through individuals, and then through the government. I believe that life is sacred, that life does begin at conception. And I want to help foster a culture of life. The role of government is to protect its citizens. I believe government must advance legislation that fosters a culture of life and not death. For the old and the not yet born, we have a mandate to preserve life and to ensure that our people are protected and not harmed. I see no reason why a government would want its own defenseless citizens killed. Such behavior should not only be viewed as unconstitutional, but also reprehensible.
But if you never try, you'll never know.
The function of government is to protect individual rights, life, liberty, and property. And I will always vote in favor of fostering a culture of life and will fight any government policies that fund abortion or sponsors any method by which its own citizens are killed. I believe that fiscal responsibility is at the heart of our rebuilding process. First, prosperity comes from the private, not the public sector. Prosperity comes through entrepreneurs and business owners who seek to invest in the lives of people around them by creating new jobs, creating opportunities for people to succeed in life. I oppose the Michigan business tax. There's widespread agreement that this is a major issue, leading to layoffs and downsizing, and it has to change. I favor tax credits to help attract business growth in Michigan. Businesses are the foundation of a thriving economy. I oppose increasing taxes that bind a thriving economy. People should be able to keep their income and help their family and contribute to their places of worship and help the poor and save and spend as they see fit. I'm pro-business. I want to allow people to start new business. I think the heart of being pro-business is being pro-people, to invest in people and to believe that they have something to contribute back to society. Says Thomas Jefferson, that government is best which governs the least, because its people discipline themselves. I would like the opportunity to fight for you, for our neighbors, and to help put people first in Lansing, representing our district well. And I would commit to you to do that. One of my favorite verses is Romans 8:31. And you may have heard this verse before, but it's my life verse, and it's quite simply, if God is for us, who can be against us? I've had that since I was a little kid. And I'm wondering if maybe this is for a time such as now.
Lights will guide you home and ignite